Welcome back to the deep dive. This is the place where we take, some really complex source material, program outlines, research papers, all that dense stuff, and we pull out the key insights you need to know. And today we are diving deep into a field that is really foundational for anyone who has to teach or communicate complex ideas. We're talking about instructional design.
Or ID for short.
Exactly, ID. I mean, if you've ever been in a really great training session, or on the flip side, a truly terrible compliance video.
We've all been there.
Yeah, hey, the reason it was good or bad, well, that was an instructional designer.
And our source material today is really interesting. It's a program overview for the eWINS Digital Certificate in Instructional Design. But we're not treating it like an ad.
No.
We're treating it like a technical blueprint. Our mission here is to basically pull apart the curriculum and extract the core skills, the high-demand skills, and the career paths this field actually opens up. It's a shortcut, really.
And it seems like this deep dive is going to be perfect for, well, for you, our listener. The source material is really specific about who it's for. It's targeting fresh graduates who want a marketable skill, educators looking to move into the corporate world, and, well, early career professionals who want to grow in L&D.
It's a clear pathway for people who want to stop, just guessing at how to teach and start designing it effectively.
Okay, let's unpack that right away. Before we even get to the skills, let's map out the jobs. What doors does mastering instructional design actually open for someone?
Well, when you look at the job titles that come up, they really fall into three main areas.
Yeah.
And if you understand ID, you're basically positioning yourself right at the strategic center of how an organization shares knowledge. The first one, the big umbrella term, is learning and development. L&D.
L&D.
This is the high-level strategy. It's about building a learning culture, setting up mentorship, driving the overall competence of the whole company.
And that's often confused with the second area you mentioned, which is corporate training. Can you draw the line between those two for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So corporate training is more tactical. It's the delivery mechanism for the L&D strategy.
Okay, so it's a how.
Exactly. If L&D decides the company needs better cybersecurity skills, corporate training is the team that actually creates and delivers that specific course. They do onboarding, compliance training, software updates. It's very task-focused.
Got it. Which brings us to the third one, and this one feels like it's growing the fastest, e-learning design.
Oh, for sure. This is all about creating the digital assets, the interactive online modules, the videos, the virtual instructor-led training, or VLT. This is where an instructional designer needs to be fluent in both how people learn and the tech.
And the source material says mastering ID is the key here.
It is, because it
Okay.
fundamentally changes your role. You're not just teaching anymore, which is often just standing up and talking about something you know.
Yeah.
You become an architect of learning.
An architect. I like that.
Yeah, you're designing an experience that is built for a measurable change in behavior, not just, a one-way information dump.
That distinction feels so important. You're not just reading the instructions, you're actually drawing the blueprint.
That's a perfect analogy.
So let's get to the heart of it then. What are the specific skills someone walks away with? This is where it gets really interesting for me.
Okay, so the curriculum breaks it down into 6 critical pillars, and they really take you through the entire life cycle from the why all the way to the business result.
So what's first?
We start with the absolute foundation, learning theories. This is the psychology behind it all. Behaviorism, cognitivism, constructivism. You have to understand how the adult brain actually processes new information. If you skip this, your course is just a shot in the dark.
Okay, so ground that for me. Let's say I'm designing a course on corporate ethics. How would knowing about, say, constructivism change how I build it?
Oh, that's a great example. So a purely behaviorist approach would be very straightforward. You present the rules, give a quiz, and if they get 100%, they get a certificate. It's all about reward and observable behavior.
Just memorizing the rules.
Exactly. But if you use constructivism, you operate from the idea that people learn by building their own understanding. So instead of a lecture, you might design a role-playing scenario.
Oh, okay.
The learner has to navigate some tricky ethical situation, make a choice, and then immediately see the consequences of that choice. The learning isn't just knowing the policy, it's the struggle of applying it. It's a totally different design.
I see the value in that immediately. You're designing for application, not just remembering facts. So after the theory, where do you go?
That flows right into the second area, which is design strategies. This is where you connect the theory to a practical structure. You learn methodologies like ADA. Yeah, it stands for Analysis, Design, Development, Implementation, and Evaluation. It's a framework, a roadmap for structuring your content and your activities to make sure the learner actually gets to the goal.
And the program overview really hammers this next point. Real-world case study. So it's not just theory.
No, not at all. It's a practical skill. If you can't take that theory and build a real module that solves a real business problem, then you haven't really mastered ID. You need a portfolio.
Right.
And that leads into the production side of things, the fourth skill, visual and media strategies. In e-learning, how something looks and sounds is just as important as the text on the screen.
You have to keep people engaged.
You have to. An ID needs to have some visual fluency to connect with a modern learner.
And this is where we have to talk about the tech. The source material mentions teaching specific tools like Storyline and Captivate. For anyone who doesn't know, what are those?
Think of them as like the Photoshop for e-learning. They are the pro-level tools for building polished, interactive, and measurable online courses. You can build complex simulations, branching scenarios, things you just can't do in PowerPoint. They're the industry standard.
Okay, but let me push back on that a bit. With AI and all the new tools coming out, isn't mastering a specific piece of legacy software like Storyline maybe a skill that's diminishing?
That's a really important question.
Hmm.
And I think the program is trying to blend the old and the new. You still need to master those tools because they teach you the structure of e-learning. You learned about SCORM and XAPI, the technical standards for how courses talk to a learning management